Yo, what's going on everybody? Welcome back to a brand new video. In today's video, I'll show you how I turn something like this into something like this. Here's a little backstory on how I came up with this idea. I was shopping at Bape in LA, and when I purchased something, they gave me this huge bag. And usually when I buy something, I'm used to getting something that looks like this. But nah, Bape sent me out the store with this super nice bag. I didn't really know what to do with it, but I knew that I could probably turn it into something. And that's where I came up with this kind of picture frame idea. Now, just to give you guys some more ideas, there are a bunch of different brands that have some super dope packaging. Some of my favorite are the multicolored Louis Vuitton shopping bags. LV usually does different packaging depending on the season or the year. So that's one of my favorite from them. Gucci also did this multicolor one, which is pretty cool as well. Those are just a couple bags that I could think of off top, but I'll leave a link down below in the description to eBay where you guys can find a whole bunch of bags. Now that you guys know the background, let's go ahead and start with the materials list. Obviously, we're going to need the bag of your choice. I recommend these bags being paper bags. They're a little bit easier to use. If you really wanted to, you might be able to get away with some sort of canvas material, but I think paper looks best when it's inside the frame. Next up, you're going to need your picture frame. I bought this one on Amazon and I made sure the dimensions were very similar to the bag that I had. So make sure you measure the bag and how you want to place it, and then buy the frame. By the way, all of these will be linked down below in the description to make your life a lot easier. We're also gonna need a pair of scissors, nothing too crazy. And depending how you wanna mount this picture, I'd recommend using command strips, or you could use a hammer and nail. At some point, we're also gonna be using a cutting mat, as well as an X-Acto knife. Those are optional. It does make life a little bit easier, but you could get away without using those. That's about it, guys. This project is very simple, but I love it because it's a DIY project. You can make it for your loved ones, you can make it for yourself. Just kind of spice up your area, make your area look nice. So let's get it started. Typically the backs of picture frames usually look like this. You'll see some tabs just running along the corners. So the first thing that we gotta do is lift all these tabs up. You could use your finger or you could use a flathead. I hate using my finger, so I just use this to make it a little bit easier. Now that all of the tabs are lifted, we could go ahead and remove this white piece. This is just the backing. Make sure you guys keep this because this is what keeps everything compressed and tight. Usually when you buy a picture frame, it comes with some sort of stock photo. So that's where you'll find it right here. This one happens to be the Bape shopping bag that I was showing you guys. So let me just pull this out. See that? We could either use the foam or the glass to create our stencil, kind of our template for the photo that we're putting inside. I recommend using the glass just because you can see through it and you could tell if things are proportionate, if things are centered. So I'm just gonna pop this glass out real quick. I don't even think it's glass, I think it's plastic. But we're gonna use the plastic and we're gonna set the frame aside. Alright guys, I placed out a cutting mat to make my life a little bit easier. Again, this is optional. If you guys don't have one, don't worry about it. But now we're gonna go ahead and deconstruct this paper bag. Most of the bags are gonna come with the side that has a crease. That's kind of where it folds when you compact this thing. So we're gonna use the side that doesn't have a crease. You know, the side that has the most flat surface to work on. So what I'm gonna do right now is I'm just gonna cut along these edges right here to pop this off. And then we could go ahead and fit it with our glass. This part doesn't have to be perfect just because we still need to fit it. So you go a little rough on the edges, doesn't make too much of a difference. I also have another shopping bag. This one's a lot smaller, so maybe I could use it on a different project. But for this particular one, we're gonna use this OG bag that I got. All right, now that everything has been cut out, we gotta look at one thing right here. So this is where the handle goes. Typically this area is a little bit more thick. So we're just gonna pull it up just to make it a little bit easier to cut if we need. And then we could also just remove any excess. Make our life a little bit easier here. Essentially, this is the middle of the piece. So what I'm gonna do is I'm just gonna kind of line it up with everything over here to get a rough estimate of the middle. If you really want to be specific, you could go ahead and use a ruler, measure it out. But I'm just gonna YOLO it. If you don't have a cutting mat to do this, you could go ahead and use the back side, or you could like kind of mark around the edges right here because typically the frame covers a little bit more. But that is looking pretty good to me. Let me just make sure this is straight. All right, y'all, here is the fun part. This is where we start slicing. So I'm gonna use my X-Acto knife, and I'm just gonna go around the edges and start cutting. Just like that, clean cut, nice and easy. Go over here. Clean cut, nice and easy. Make sure you guys take your time. Use a sharp blade. The excess pieces are trash. This is basically it, guys. We already went ahead, trimmed everything, got our glass. All we need to do is wipe this down, make sure there's not any dust inside, do it to the front and the back, and then put the thing back together. Just do a reverse of the steps that I just showed you guys, and you have a nice wall piece. Again, first things first, we're just gonna go ahead, make sure that everything gets nice and clean. So we're gonna hit the top, boom. We're gonna set the artwork to the side. Flip it around. Make sure you do this nice and thoroughly. I plan on doing a different image for this, so I'm gonna end up removing it anyways, but for yours, you know, take your time, make sure it looks good. You can also do a quick little dusty dust on the top piece as well. So I'm gonna go ahead, throw this piece on, the glass piece. Here we go, baby. Take this and drop it in. Just like that. And you know what? I'll give it one more wipe just for good luck. Now I could go ahead, put this to the side. Wipe this one off. Cause dust be everywhere, bro. Especially when you live with dogs, there's like dog hair and freaking just specks everywhere. Now you go ahead and put your image down, try not to touch the top. Slide it in. Okay. And remember that foam piece? Well, it's going back. It's going back, baby. I love this project because it takes very little effort. It takes very little time, but the result is so good. And again, this is perfect for anybody that's moving into their own apartment, moving into their own house. Somebody that you need to get a freaking, what's it called? Housewarming gift for. It's the perfect gift. All this materials in the bag is probably around 20 bucks on eBay if you buy it from someone, right? And then the frame is probably not too bad either, around 20 bucks, 30 bucks. So this is a nice piece of artwork for under 50 bucks, maybe even under 40 bucks depending on what you do. And I think this is the perfect gift. All right, you guys, that's going to wrap up this video right here. Again, just a quick DIY showing you how to turn a shopping bag into a nice art installment. Don't forget that you could go ahead and add some command strips on the back of this if you guys don't want to drill into your wall. Yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed this quick little video. Don't forget to smash the like button and subscribe if you're not subscribed already. Also, I'm curious to see what you guys do with this tutorial, so if you guys want to show me any of your projects that you made using this tutorial, tag me on Instagram at SneakerheadInTheBay. But with all that being said, I'll see you guys very soon for the next video. It's your boy Sneakerhead in the Bay. I'm out. Peace.